team, which now consists of 19 people. Their most recent development blog came out just about a month ago, and there was a new blog update just a few days ago. Dead Matter is set in the zombie-plagued post-apocalyptic Alberta. The devs say that they're keeping single-player gamers in mind as well as multiplayer, which is exciting for me because I have no friends, but also because I like to immerse myself in these desolate worlds by myself to enhance the feeling of being alone surrounded by danger. Another thing adding to that is the minimal HUD that they're going for. The only way you'll be able to look at a map is if you find one, but other meaningful orienters include street signs, markings, and even satellites that will always be facing south. This game is meant to be a PvE with PvP elements, so killing other players will be an option, but will also have consequences like it would in real IRL, real life, as the focus is on working together as a team. There will be NPCs that you'll be able to interact with, but the game really isn't story-driven, and I wouldn't expect it to be. All I want is to find creative ways to trap my human companions that I've spent hours becoming friends with,
And watch from a safe place as they get devoured by hordes of the undead.
Obviously. A key factor in this is zombie AI, which we'll probably only get to have a good feel of once we get to play the game ourselves. All we know so far is that they spread out to surround you and chase multiple people at once, and also that this is a high priority thing to get right for the developers. They've almost finished implementing the AI settlements and factions which you'll be able to trade with and run errands for, but there's also going to be hostile NPCs such as bandits. And speaking of settlements, you'll be able to occupy almost any building you come across, be it a simple house or a commercial building, and turn it into a shrine for your waifu or just regular shelter with an expansive crafting and barricading system. You can even build your own farm where you can grow fruits and vegetables to add to the food that you gathered by hunting animals in the forest. There's also player, weapon, and vehicle customization. There's most likely going to be a screen separate from the inventory dedicated to weapon modding. You will be able to do some things on the fly, like attaching a laser pointer to your rifle, but if you want to, for example, switch out your stock, you'll have to go home to your workbench. If you happen to get snuffed by a non-friendly player for loot, or die to the zombies because you spent too much of your life sitting on the computer and didn't have enough stamina to outrun them, you'll lose all items you had on you except for the ones you kept in your tool belt. So it's kind of like Tarkov, but it doesn't make you want to destroy the bloodline of whoever programmed this shit quite as much. They seem to really be trying hard to make weapons feel good, and so far from what we can see, they're doing a great job at it. Visually, they look great, but they also sound right and look thick. The rifles sway when you walk or move the mouse, and the bullet trajectory moves with the barrel as well. Their ricochet physics are also something that the devs have put special care into. Sound design is another key factor in games like this, and another big focus for quantum integrity.
So if you do try and shoot through soft walls, the bullet degrades.
Develops this game.
That's
I've just been
fucking
calling it
fucking
the
amazing, that.
quantum integrity. Looting a cabinet, for example, will make sounds that other players or the zombies near you will be able to hear. The devs have done a lot of work to make sure gunshots sound as they should, depending on the distance and environment where the rounds were fired. Have I mentioned that Dead Matter is focused on realism? There's 3D proximity voice chat that doesn't pass through walls and reverberates where it makes sense. You'll have to keep track of your character's hunger, thirst, and temperature. You'll need to fill your vehicle up with gas and replace broken parts. Lights turn off when you shoot them. You'll be able to gut killed animals to harvest crafting items such as pelt or antlers. You can store items within other items such as a pot in your inventory. You'll be able to see players through curtains if their lights are on unless they've taped newspapers up on the windows. There's a fully dynamic day-night cycle as well as weather system, and zombies will move slower when it's freezing cold outside. You'll only be able to find certain items where it makes sense, so you won't be finding a sniper scope in a deer's butthole. Your base can be raided while you're offline, but you'll be able to set traps, alarms, and other protective measures. Damaged storage items such as bags or pants will affect the amount of stuff that they'll be able to hold until you repair them. Now, this one sounds the coolest to me, but it also sounds like the easiest to get wrong. Servers evolve over time. Factions form based on the player's actions, and the world degrades throughout the life of the server. The power grid shuts down, resources become more scarce, and objects in the game start to decay. There's obviously a demand for highly realistic, detailed, open-world games, and you'd think someone with more money to spare would have already capitalized on that demand if such a thing was currently achievable. Then again, this might not be the game that you can sell to a huge mainstream audience of casual players and milk it for years to come. meaning only the small, passionate indie studios are left to finally get one of these right. Please. My ability to feel joy has been numbed by the constant disappointment. Please, one of you, do this for me. This game could still be a good game even if many of the minor, originally planned stuff was cut out. Keep in mind that Dead Matter was supposed to go closed alpha way back in early 2018, but kept getting delayed, so I wouldn't be too hopeful for any new dates that they set, even though they seem to be pretty confident this time around. According to the latest announcement, the closed alpha is supposed to be available this June, and early access is scheduled for early 2021. At this point, I just want to see this game become a real thing and get some attention to hopefully allow the devs to keep adding stuff gradually over time. However, at the same time, if we keep getting regular substantial updates so we know for sure that this project is still in full swing, then I guess I'm fine with them taking their time to avoid releasing another buggy abomination. Listen to me, I got some clout off of my latest video, so I'm a legit gaming YouTuber now. You lose nothing by keeping this game on your radar, man. If you stay skeptical and don't get too excited, it doesn't hurt to at least be aware that something like this is in development. Also, take a look at what they already have done before forming an opinion, because I've only managed to fit so much into
Looks
this
like it turned
video,
up just
and
in
I'm not
time.
used to talking this much, so I just want to I just want to end it, man.